Hey friends, it's Julee Tilman here, and today I'm going to be sharing a little inspiration with our February Paper Pad Club. We'll be making this adorable shaker card with a word die. One of my big struggles with shaker cards is either overfilling or underfilling. Too many shaker bits and things just don't move around well, and too little, and it's just a little sad. So instead of a traditional shaped shaker, today I'll be using a word die with a shadow die, and we'll show you a trick that allows you to add or subtract shaker bits before you seal everything shut. Let's dive in. So I have pre-selected my favorite print from the Wild Strawberry Meadow paper pad. I just love this paper pad with the reds, greens, and pinks. There is a cut apart design sheet that I just used my Brother Scan and Cut to cut all the elements. And then I have this little pre-stamped image that I colored with Copics, and it is from the Stamp of the Month, the Berry Sweet Critters, I think is the name of it. And it has sweet little bunnies and mice and strawberries and mandarins, which is the theme of the Paper Pad Club this month. I also have the Enjoy This Life die. It has a shadow die, and that is what's going to help us make our shaker today. I have pre-cut the Enjoy This Life sentiment twice out of red foil cardstock and glued those together for a little dimension and a little sturdiness. And I have that on repositionable tape just to keep it together. And then I also have a little piece of press and seal that I'm going to just place down and kind of burnish over this so that I can use it as placement tool later on when I'm gluing it down. I also have an A2 card base and a red foil card mat. Our main panel is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then we have an acetate piece that just needs to be as large as your aperture of the shadow die that we cut, but mine is just a little bit smaller than the whole panel. And then you have a mat that's just a little bit larger than our 3 3/4 by 5 inch panel. And we're going to layer those together. We don't want these two pieces of paper glued together. I want to keep them separate because we're going to sandwich that acetate in between. So right now I'm deciding where I want my die to go, and I have just like a little die cut guide that I have cut with both the word die and the shadow die to give me an idea of placement. I want to keep the sentiment straight, and I want to make sure there's like a little even border on either side to put our foam tape to make the shaker. So I'm just going to tape down those two layers really lightly so they stay together, and I can kind of determine where my midpoint of my cutout is going to be. And I'm going to place some adhesive just in the middle there, because I don't mind if my cutout is glued together. Just I don't want the papers to be glued together. And I don't want to tape the papers and run them through my craft die cut machine because it might pull the foil away from the red foil cardstock. So I'm just placing this guide down, and I will tape it down, and then I will use that as my guide just to line up my die. We've got our even borders there, and I'm just going to place that down and tape it down and run it through my die cut machine. I just love this strawberry print. It is so pretty. Now I have cut that through. I'm just going to pull out the die cut, and then we have our two cuts in the same place, so they are in the right place. And now we're going to stick down our acetate, and I'm just going to use some double-sided adhesive for that. First, I'm going to get some static off of that acetate piece and kind of wipe it down just with a Swiffer cloth. You could also use a one of those powder tools. So I'm using double-sided adhesive, tear tape, and I'm just making sure that I get a good covering all around that aperture. And then I'll peel off the tape and we will place down our acetate. And this is the part I always forget when I'm making shaker cards. For some reason, I don't know why, but I get so excited about the shaker process that I just forget to put the acetate down. So having this in between the two layers kind of helps me to remember I need to put that down. So I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive for gluing the paper onto the acetate. And I'm just using my finger to spread it around so it doesn't splooge out. And we'll line it up just around that cutout. And we'll have the start of our shaker card. Do you like to make shaker cards? What's your favorite? Let me know, like if you make shaker cards, if you like to do shapes or circles or like anything. Do you like the, what are those called? Never ending, or the ones that cover the whole front? So just let me know in the comments what kind of shaker cards you like, if you like shaker cards. So now I'm just peeling off that repositionable tape, and we'll be adding a little bit of liquid adhesive to the backs of those. Just trying to make sure I keep all my tittles and everything on there. So I notice at this point that things aren't just, I didn't line up the two pieces of the die very well, so I'm going to just do the ENJO part first, and then I'll come back and do the other part. Otherwise, if I had lined it up correctly, I could have done it all at in one sitting, but it will work this way. So I am just going to kind of blot that off with a little bit of packaging, and then determine where I want the ENJO. And I don't have any adhesive on that tittle yet because I don't think that it's in the right place. So then just burnish it really well, make sure things are sticking down, and then you'll want to carefully peel, like put your finger on the part that you don't want to come up and kind of just train it to stay down while you peel back that press and seal. And as long as you do it slowly, you should be able to keep everything in line and not peel any paper off any foil off your cardstock. So now I'm deciding where the rest of that sentiment is going to go, and just repeating with the glue and blotting it off, and we will get the rest of that in there. And some of those smaller pieces are hard. I don't think I actually got any adhesive on that little tittle, so I'm going to add some, and it's going to splooge just a little bit because I didn't mark it off, but this is a glue that that dries matte and clear, so it really is not noticeable in the end of the card. And we're going to do that with the same big one, but I did want to dab that one off, so I just decided to add it manually with some tweezers. And there we have it. We have our nice little shaker window. And now it is time to add some double-sided adhesive. And this is foam tape, and I picked a new one, and it was a little bit difficult to use. It was super sticky. It was like almost like marshmallow cream when I was cutting it. So I kind of we kind of edited that out so you can see some deformities there in my cutting, but I got it all to work. And then I used an anti-static powder tool just to make sure that wouldn't stick to my little things. And then I peeled off all the backing of the, except for 2 strips. So we're doing all 3 of the sides and leaving 1 unpeeled so that we can add or subtract our shaker bits. And I thought I was doing the top part, but I had turned this around, so I end up losing a few of my shaker bits here. But I'm just adding a mix of red sequins. I have some glitter, some rock candy chunky and finer glitter that I hand dyed with some red alcohol ink, and I have some moonstone holdless sequins, and I'm just placing that down. And I think that I'm doing the 3 sides, but I actually end up it was the bottom that was open, so I had to put my shaker bits in, but you can see that I can still add more and shake it around and determine like what level of shakers is a good shaking mix, as long as you hold that other side down before you seal it completely. You can determine how much you want to put in there. So that's a nice little trick. And I think I have figured out how much I want, and I'm just going to peel off the backing for those 2, and that we'll press that down really well, and that will finish off the shaker portion. And now we get to just embellish, and I chose that little mouse, and I kind of want to make a little cluster here, and I'm just deciding which ones to use. I think that I love that blossom and strawberries, but it is just a little bit big for this card, and I want to use the mouse, so I decided on those 2 strawberries and that strawberry, the little tiny strawberry with a blossom. And I'm just going to glue down those strawberries first. I'm going to hang some off the side of where the mats are, so that it has just a little interest there. And then I'm deciding that I kind of just want the blossom to show on that little strawberry, so I'm going to glue that down to the mouse with some double-sided foam, and then place it onto the card. And he's so cute. I just love how the shaker card turned out. It's very fun, and it's a pretty simple way to make a shaker, and I love how I want them. And sometimes I decide after I tie it that I want to move it. And here I wanted to make kind of a visual triangle between the bow and the sentiment and the elements that I chose for my collage. So I'll cut those little ends, and then we will bring out some of the little sparkle enamel dots. These are the ones that came in the little thank you baggie for your subscription purchase. You would get these, and I'm just going to use a little threesome of these in each of the 3 sizes, and just kind of do that around my collage to set it off. And then we're going to pull in some glossy glaze and add some a pinch of glitter to it. I just love adding a little bit of glossy glitter, but sometimes Stardust Stickles is too thick of a glitter almost. So I have this really fine glitter that I like to just kind of sprinkle like it's snowing on top, and that just kind of gives a little hint of sparkle, but you still have that gloss. So there is our finished card. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you loved this. I would love to hear in the comments like what you think of this card, and be sure to check out the website for all the new products. I will have the link below for the shop and the products I used today. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you loved this, be sure to like and subscribe if you would like, and I will catch you on the next one.